For this video, I want to do it a little differently, kind of like a day in the life, but I don't really think anybody cares of what we do or what our day consists of, especially on a day like today when it's raining. We cannot do any decal installations, so I gotta work on 3 or 4 different logos, and I just want to show you the basics in case you are getting started and want to get an idea of how we come up with logos and things like that. That means we have to go to the restaurant, so let's head out to that place. I'm gonna try to get some reading done first. In case you are considering starting your own business, it's always good to get some knowledge, and you can watch videos, you can listen to audiobooks, but this is another great way of doing that, by reading actual books. And this is one of our favorite authors, Robert T. Kiyosaki. All right, now that I got my coffee and everything, the first thing before reading, I forgot to mention, I gotta go to Facebook and post something to offer our services, and that's what I'm about to do right now. Facebook is where we get most of our customers. We advertise our products and services through local garage sales groups. And something that I want to make very clear here, and I strongly recommend that you guys do the same thing to sell your products, is that we use a regular Facebook profile and not a business page. And I mean, there are 2 reasons or main reasons why we do it that way. First of all, according to the information I was able to gather online, is that most garage groups won't allow you to sell your products if you are a business, and they have very strict rules. And the second one is that just a regular Facebook profile has more organic reach. So those are the main reasons. And another thing that I strongly recommend that you guys do is that try to join as many groups as possible. First of all, they are totally free. And second, if you get kicked out of one, then you have other options to sell your products. And now let's go to this one here, go to sell something. And then once you are there, go to, we have different options here. You can choose what you're going to sell, the items that you're going to sell, and that's the option that we always use. Another thing I forgot to mention is that since our most of our customers are Hispanic, so the posts that we do, they are in Spanish. And the first option that you're going to find here is that you get to choose or add as many pictures as you want. And for that, we already have a folder. Now that we have added all the pictures, and if you look at them, I have about 11 of them. And I try to choose like different services. I mean, like different businesses, like landscaping, painting. That way people will get an idea that we offer like different kinds of magnets, different sizes, even different colors. Some of them we made those. And like the one I'm showing you right here, we outsourced that one, but that's a totally different topic. Once we have selected the pictures, then let's go to title. And for that, again, I'm going to do it in Spanish, and I'm just going to type in car magnets. So that's going to be the title in Spanish, imanes para autos, which means car magnets. And then I'm just going to do a random number, 111, since depending on the size and the type of design that the person's going to choose and the quantity. So I'm just going to type in 111. And then choose the category, and for that I'm just going to go to miscellaneous. And then second one, you get to describe like the product, and here you got to make sure that you add all the information, maybe not your exact location. Something that you have to make sure to include is the phone number. This is all the description or the information that I added to the listing. Magnetic signs for vehicles, we have different sizes and options available. For more information, no compromise, call this number. We are on the west side of the city. Once you fill out the information, just go to next. And here you're going to get all the different options that you have available, all the groups that you have joined. And this is the reason why I recommended that you guys join as many as you could. And I'm going to uncheck the marketplace. I'm not interested in there. And from there, I'm going to select all the ones that I have joined. And I believe you can do up to 20 something, 22 posts. Okay, once you have selected all the groups and you checked the post and everything, all we have to do is just go post, and it's going to post them automatically to all the different groups that I selected. And this is how we make most of our sales. Now I got to show you the different logos and what I got to do with them. Now back to our designs. I have 4 different ones here. By the way, I'm using CorelDraw X6. This is the software that we use for most of our designs. And this is the case for most of our customers. They usually provide their own logos, except this one here. They don't really have anything, so we gotta provide something for them. I know it can be really hard to come up with logo ideas and stuff like that. I want to focus on this one first. Our customer sent it through Facebook, and as I was looking at it, I could notice that it says free pick, and this is a website where you can get a membership. I think it's like $120, something like that, a year. Once you get your membership, you can just type in whatever type of business you are looking for. You can do like painting. Let me just type it in so you guys get an idea. But here you can see that there are so many different kinds of logos. I probably didn't type right what I was looking for, but I don't really want to focus or talk about this one, but more for lawn care logo. And see how many different options we get. And the good thing about these, or most of them come vector, or you can also, I think you get them PNG, and then you can just convert it to vector images, which is not really hard. I'm actually looking for something like this. And if you can see here, it says discovery is similar, and that's what I'm gonna do. So as soon as I saw the little free pick logo, I was like, oh, I can always go to free pick and download it since we have that membership. I just came and looked for the logo. This is very similar, and it's going to be somewhere in here. I know that, oh, here it is. Let me just show you. See, once you find the logo, all you have to do is just go here to download it, and you will get, I guess, the rights to use it. And then I'm going to look for downloads here on my computer, downloads, and then I'm going to click. And then I'm going to open it, and then you will get this import text, and then just do OK. And look at that. I mean, there's still some work to be done. Let me go back to view, and then here you can use the wireframe or the enhance. These are the ones we use. I don't really want to get too much into details of how to use like the different tools and stuff like that, because we have videos where we go step by step. By the way, guys, if you are liking this video, we really appreciate if you give us a like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. We create special videos for members, so if you want to support us additionally by becoming a member, just go to the join button and you will see the options available. Anyways, back to the subject of working on this logo. I'm gonna go back to enhance, and what I would have to do here is, if you can see, like, there are so many different lines in here, but I need to get rid of the background. Actually, that's why I'm not able to edit that. But I'm gonna do here, I'm going to highlight like the windows, and then just gonna go to weld. Like I said, it's still a little bit of work, but not as much as if you had like a really bad resolution image and you have to create or trace the image. It will take a long time. Even if you have an image like this, something that I strongly recommend, if the image comes like this, like with lots of dots, because sometimes the vinyl cutter will detect those and it's gonna try to make like a little mark on the vinyl. So what I do, I'm gonna highlight them all and then just get rid of them. Hopefully the image won't change. Anyway, but this is how we would clean this image. And now I'm gonna go back to the image that I had and show you what happens if you try to vector it. First of all, it's got the watermark, and let me grab it and go to bitmaps. This is the original image that the customer sent us. I just want to give you an idea of how the image looks. I'm going to select it once it's ready. Okay, and then I'm going to move that. If you get up close, see like all the details. The one on the left is the actual vector image, and let's go back to wireframe and look at that, how messed up it looks. And then this is the original. This is a way on how you can solve that challenge by becoming a member from FreePick. I'm not getting paid to talk about them, but I think it helps to have different options. And this customer here, since we use the same tool for that, let me get up close and show you the business card that they sent us. They just told us like the name of the business, the phone number, and the services. And then I'm gonna show you here, I already sent them a couple of samples. This is the very first one that I sent them with just the name, and then it looks like grass inside of it, but they asked for a design with a small tree, and that's basically what I did. I went back to the free pick and then I just typed it in, landscaping logo. See how many different options there are here. I would say probably this is like the top type of business that we work with, landscapers and also painters. And this is one of the ones that I used. All I did was just select it, download it, just the way I showed you earlier. And I did the same thing with that. But let me just move this here, and this is how the image came. This one didn't take that much to edit it, except just type in the name of the person or the business. I'm still talking to them. We'll let you guys know in the next video. Now I want to talk about this other logo. By the way, we're not gonna make any money from this one. We're just going to help our friend. Actually, she sent me this. She just took a picture of the hoodie, and I tried to vector this image, and it came out really bad. Let me just show you real fast. Okay, our image is ready to be vectored, but let me just move the actual vector image. And once you look at that, how many like details it's got. Let me go to wireframe and show you. Like, this will take a lot of work to fix, and I told her that we would have to find a better image, and then she's the one that actually used ChatGPT to fix it, and I'm gonna bring the image that she sent to me. Like, again, I didn't do it myself, but she just sent me this image, and it was a lot easier than having to work with this one. And I'm gonna repeat the same steps and show you guys what happens with once you get a better image like this one. I'm surprised at the little ambulance. All right, so this is the vector image. I mean, you could still like work a little bit these details right here, but it won't be that big of a deal. Anyway, so that's probably a video for the future, like how to use ChatGPT. First, I need to learn how to use it to clean logos like this one here. But this is the last one I want to talk about. This is the image that the customer sent us, and it is not the first time that we work with them. In fact, it's been over 4 years, and we don't even have the logo anymore. So this is the image that he sent me, and I'm not able to use it. One thing that I strongly recommend, let's go back to Facebook, or you can always go to any social media or even go to the web and just look for the business. And here I was able to find this on Facebook. All I'm gonna do, I'm just going to do a right click on the mouse and then just copy the image and go back to here and then bring that image over here, and look at that. Better quality. I'm sure I could try to vector this one here. Let's see what happens if we vector it using or do the bitmaps. I'm sure it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be way better than the bottom one. So if you're just getting started, this would probably work for you. This was the best that we could do when we just started. But if I get close to it, like I can see that like the details here, I'm not really a big fan of those. Look at the windows. So there's still some work to be done. But for this one, what I would do, I would just trace the image, and this is how we do it. Go to the left side of the software, and then I'm going to go to Bezier tool, and from there I'm going to start just tracing around the image, and I'm going to start with a dot there, and then I'm going to go here all the way to the edge. And then I'm gonna go and close it here. Even if you are finished tracing the image, you can still edit it. I'm gonna go to shape tool, and I can still like pull this. I could just double click here, and then you can pull it. And for the font, something that I strongly recommend, do not bother too much if you do not find the exact font. Sometimes the customers are okay, or I would say most of the time they're gonna be okay. So this is what I'm gonna use for that. See, it's not 100%, but I could just use that. For the windows, you could probably just use one square here, just to show you something real fast. I don't want to go too into details because this video is gonna end up being like a 40-minute video, and I don't want that. So if you can see, I have this perfect, it's not a perfect square, very close to perfect square, but I just try to follow the shape of this one. I'm gonna go here to corner radius, and see, I'm going to increase it until I find the perfect radius. I think it's going to be like 30 something, 39, and then I'm going to go to the same on the other side, 39. Okay, and now I'm going to go to the rectangle tool, and then I'm just going to make a rectangle, the shape of that, and then I'm going to give it some color. Now I'm going to shift button and click on the rectangle and then letter C. I just entered this line, and I'm gonna go back to shift and then click on the windows, and then I'm going to arrange, and then I'm gonna go to shaping, and I need to do simplify. See what happens. Okay, now I'm gonna make this the size of the middle line, and then just make it across like this. I could probably make it a little bit taller and a little bit bigger on the bottom. And then I'm going to shift button and click on the windows, and again I'm gonna go back to arrange and then shaping and do the same thing, simplify. And I got, let me just show you that I got those little windows, and I can just make a copy of it and make it really, really small and place it like that. You know, adjust it to the size very close to the original. So that's how I do that. And again, for the like this letter, it would take a few minutes if I try to do it. I could probably do like a font that is very close to that. I'm gonna use a different font. I'm going to use like a Arial black, and then I'm just going to resize it and then make it a little bit taller like that. Again, I'm not gonna show you this like the whole, like all the steps, but I just want to give you an idea. Right now we have a letter of font. You can edit it, you can just type in more stuff, but in order for you to edit like the corners, you need to weld. So I'm gonna go to weld, and I'm gonna go back to view and then wireframe, and I'm gonna go back to the shaping tool. And you could do this, you could just move that or just get rid of that and probably bring it up a little bit. And you can do the same with this, you can just move it. See how you can edit that. But I'm just gonna stop there. Most people don't watch this type of videos, so if you guys like this type of videos, make sure to let us know in the comments. And I guess this is it for today's video, and for the next one we're going to show you the process of doing something, either car magnets, car decals, whatever we come across. Remember that if you like this video, of course, make sure you give us a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Appreciate the support. See you guys until the next one, and have a great day.